Okay, this is gonna be the final product. This is how it's gonna look from the outside. And if you're new to this, go ahead, watch the video and see if doing this job is within your limitations. It's generally not that complicated. This is the inside, how it's gonna look. And every lock, of course, is gonna be different when you buy it from the store. But generally, it's gonna follow the same steps. So, good luck. Okay, here's the door that we're gonna be working with, and this is where we're gonna install the new lock. Okay, first order of business, we're gonna remove it from the package, and we're gonna pair up each lock with its components, because they're all in bags and in the box here. So we're gonna sort this out. I have the part selected out, this one for the top part, the lock. And then over here I have the parts for the handle, and as you can see we have an option for the left and one for the right handle, and here's all the pieces. Okay, before you start, make sure you do some measurements. If you need to drill the holes, then that's a whole different deal, but my holes are ready. Just make sure that they are in place. These are in the US, most doors are nowadays standard, and make sure they are done to these measurements, just in case somebody did some DIY before you got to the door. Maybe they did it differently and installed whole different place or whatever. So just do the measurements, make sure everything's in place. Okay, make sure to check your measurements because it matters. This one, for example, this lock that I bought, it fits two types of measurements. You can extend it if you spin it a little bit. This is for shorter, this is for longer. And this is where this matters. When you put this in, it will show how deep to go. And if it's adjustable, you can adjust it. This is set for longer now. And now I adjusted it, and you can see that it fits much better. Now it's not longer, doesn't overshoot the hole. So this one's adjustable. If you buy one that's not adjustable, make sure you know your measurements. Make sure you orient it with the right side up, and we can go ahead and slide it right in. This one's the top one for the lock. In case this doesn't want to go in easily, you need to hammer it a little bit, but don't hammer it straight on its face. Try to put a piece of wood on it, and like this. That way you won't damage it or scratch it. Okay, install the two screws. Okay, this is the outside part of it. Make sure the hole and the interior fits very nice. And there you go. This is the interior side of the lock. This little part goes on the inside of it. Align it up, these with the holes. Okay, there you go. This goes on the inside, and right away try to align at least one of the bolts in here as you go in. Okay, the two bolts are in. Sometimes it can be annoying to find the connection to the other side of it, but be patient with it and be slow how you screw this in. Don't scratch it, because these are visible. to the eye, so if you put a bunch of scratches on it, it's just gonna be annoying. The bottom part inserted in, and just like with the top one we did, we need to make sure this one has the correct measurement as well. This one is adjustable, and you can see over here, I tried to show, you can extend it, and if you pull this little lever back here, you can retract it. So I'm gonna extend it, and if I put it in, it's gonna hit the wall behind it, and this will not go all the way in its place. So as you can tell, that my setting needs to be the small one. Back here. Now it's nice and flush, and here it's not hitting anything. The next thing you need to make sure that this thing faces the right way. If you put it the wrong way, it will just clash with the door. So you need to flip it like this so it can nicely slide in. Install the side screws. Make sure that the metal is completely in the door and doesn't hang out at all. It's nice and flush, because if it'll lift up or whatever, it might get caught when you close it and open it. I'll slide it in its place. The bottom of this handle has a hidden screw, a bolt, which would come from the inside, so we need to make a hole for it. And you should do that before you install this. Usually lock sets, they come with paper instructions, and you can fold it on the door and find the hole where you should make the hole for the handle. This is the bolt that goes through the door, and it would go right here, and you would screw it in. With a drill, we're gonna make the hole in the door. Find the drill bit that's about the same size as your bolt, the diameter here. And if you don't have paper instructions, how I like to find the hole is by using a tiny nail, which I'm gonna insert into the hole, and then I place it up on the door. I put this place in its place, make sure in the right position, and this way it will help me mark the position. You can tap on it or make a tiny little scratch on the door, and now you're gonna know where your drilling location is. And there's my hole. It goes all the way to the other side nicely. Now we can start installing that bolt. We put this in place now. Make sure this one aligns well, and start putting this in. This will hold it in place nicely while you're gonna do work on the top part. Okay, this one's in place. The bolt is in, and we can put this nice little cover on, which will help hide it. It has a little notch. Try to put that at the bottom. There you go. There you go. Bolt is hidden. Now we can start work here. My door is a left-handed one, and it's already came installed with the left-handed handle. But in case yours is a right-handed door, there's a little hole right here, and with the given hexagon you can change this to the right side, and then you have a right-handed door. Spin these little latches in a way that it can fit into the groove right there, then slide the piece in. Now get the bolts and screw them in on both sides, one here and one here. This could be sometimes annoying, but usually locks nowadays are pretty good. And as you can tell, this one you can spin and adjust a little bit to make sure it fits properly. Put the cover back on and push it onto it. Handle time. And in here with a hexagon, tighten it back in place. Okay, here's the final product, how it looks from the inside. And this is the outside. Now if you're doing a door job pretty much from scratch, then you would have to install these as well, but mine were already installed and they matched perfectly with the new lock, so I'm not gonna bother taking them off and using these, so I'm gonna leave the old ones. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out the channel for other DIY projects, and like the video, subscribe, and thank you again.